landline would be.
The 17th of September, 2025, Pembroke Pines, Florida. A 14-year-old student placed 2 false emergency calls, reporting armed men approaching Charles W. Flanigan High School, triggering a full campus lockdown and multi-school security response.
Their landline would be.
You got first aid? You got first aid with you?
Huh?
You got first aid kit with you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which one is the auditorium?
Right here, upstairs.
Everybody camera on?
Yep.
There's a phone number listed in the
So we got 2 guys that came into the building?
You got hands
They
of
said 2 and they said 3.
Senior, you got hands of anything, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I ain't going to that.
I thought they jumped the fence. Let me check in here. You guys good in there?
The caller's advising that he's on Northwest 20th Street in front of the window.
You guys good? Anything or no? No?
Oh, let's go upstairs then. Let's see.
Julia, see that?
Let's say.
Julia, 18. Go ahead.
Just to be advised, we don't have anything on campus right now, but we are running a check of the grounds to ensure, but we are still in lockdown. Just FYI.
We'll leave our lockdown for you.
One for you. The other patrol and I will then defer this to start spraying the lockdown.
I don't know if you guys were aware of it or not. The school was placed on a lockdown earlier this morning.
This morning I got told a few times.
Yeah, so there were reports of a couple of male subjects armed with firearms on campus, and there was also another call made. So that initial call was made to the Broward Sheriff's Office non-emergency number, which dispatch calls to us, and then also we had another call to our police department pension board office as well. Similar call reporting, violence basically to happen at the school. So now we have to go through our entire investigation to make determination of what happened, what transpired. Get a lot of requests with different entities, whether it's T-Mobile, Google, so many different companies that we have to go through part of this investigation to try to identify both who called in the call, why did they call in the call, and what exactly transpired in the midst of all of that happening. So in doing all of that, pretty much we all been here around, early this morning when school pretty much started coming to now. We were able to get to the point where we were able to identify the involved person which those calls were made. And with all the gather information that we obtained, all right, so I do want to let you guys know this is a criminal investigation. But we're all on the same page, same understanding what's going on. We got a couple of numbers here and whatnot that we gathered to the investigation. So a number that we identified associated to the call that was made to BSO, which was called in with a Google Voice number. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Google Voice at all.
Yeah, I am.
Okay. So also with Google Voice, when you make an account, make a Google account, whatever, you have to provide certain information to Google in order to do so. A lot of times now with Google Voice, when you have a Google Voice account, you have to give them a secondary number so they can validate and confirm, who you are and so on, So on that account, listen to the Google Voice number, it comes back. And these are the numbers that whoever made the account you provide. It's not like Google just
Okay,
randomly.
so that's a number that it came from, right?
This is his number, right?
Yeah.
So, having your rights read to you, do you want to talk to us?
What happened today?
Yeah, about the situation that happened this morning at school.
I mean, no, I don't know much about it.
Okay, but do you want to, if we ask you any questions, are you willing to answer the questions? You are?
Yeah.
Okay. You got an unknown call at 7 what?
7:04.
Okay, so your only calls today that are on your phone is 8:41. You got a call from Broward Sheriff's Dispatch Office. You only get a call from them if you make a call to them first, because they have your number. And then you have a call at 103 from...
What do you mean?
The sheriff's office.
I don't know.
You have a missed call 8:41 a.m. from them, from the Broward Sheriff's Office.
8:41 a.m.
Yes. There's
I was in
nothing...
class and I had my phone up.
Right, but I'm telling you, they only call you back if you call them first. So like, if I call 911 and I'm like, I have an emergency and my phone drops, they have my number saved, so they're gonna call me back and be like, are you okay? So why would they call you at 8:41?
I have no idea.
So you don't know how the Broward Sheriff's has your phone number?
No, I never called them.
You never called them?
No,
So you never spoke to any dispatcher on the phone
not at all.
at all.
We're in that intersection right now. So that phone call, when it was placed, it was made within Flanigan High School. And you're swearing to us you're the only one that was in possession of the phone today.
Yeah.
So you get where we're going, like everything we're saying, we have all the proof already. It's not adding up to what you're telling us.
Well, then I don't really know how to answer because I really don't know what happened. I never called any police department, any sheriff's office. I never called any of those.
But you said you have no knowledge of a Google Voice number that you use.
No.
But when we call that number,
Why they call a number?
your phone just rang.
We just asked another detective to call your Google number.
Why your phone? Why your phone rang? You said you know how to Google number, copy.
I said not to my knowledge that I have a Google Voice.
That's not what you said. You said you didn't have one.
You said you didn't have one.
I said to my knowledge, I do not know if I have a Google Voice or not. I don't know if I have a created.
If you made a call, say it.
Say this.
Please.
If you made a call, just say it.
If you
Yeah.
made whatever it is, say it.
Say it. If you made a call, it's not like you perfect, you're wrong. If you made a call, you made a call. Just say it. Yeah, I made a call. I know I'm wrong by saying it, calling or whatever, bro. Just say it. You're not gonna win. At the end of the day, they have everything. They're gonna answer. Ask you the question that it is. Like I was told you, just open up, bro.
Are you covering for somebody?
You covering for somebody? I always told you, don't be covering for nobody, because at the end of the day, nobody's gonna look out for you like your parents do. Understand? If you covering for somebody, let them know. Okay then, Papi. Stop wasting their time, and stop wasting my time and your mom's time, and stop wasting your own time. If you call, you be like, yeah, I call at this time, but I call because of this. That's it, bro. Nothing else. If you feel threatened that somebody told you, oh, you're gonna leave early today, I could have called myself. I would have called 911 myself if I would have felt, afraid that somebody sent me a text or called me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would do that anytime. If somebody was sending me a text, oh, you're leaving early today, or you want to leave early today, that sound weird, But at least being honest. I always told you that, be honest, bro. Lying is, you're not gonna win.
And regardless if they're mad or not, they're your parents. They're gonna still love you. They're
Yeah,
gonna still
like
be there to
if you
support
did something, you did something.
He knows, bro. If he's wrong, he's wrong. But at the same time, we're gonna be like, okay.
We're gonna help you deal with the consequences too. But just be honest.
Be honest. It's better being honest than closed door. Understand? By you being honest.
So many of these calls, and this is probably like the first time I see parents being so supportive. Most times parents don't even show up when we come out. They're like, let the school talk for us. They don't even want to come out and be with their kids. You have both of your parents here right now, so consider yourself very lucky that they're here to help you, okay?
Legal Issue 1. Swatting as a criminal act. Swatting is the deliberate placement of a false emergency call designed to provoke an armed law enforcement response against a target. It is not a prank. It is a felony under both state and federal law. Police response. Terry v. Ohio, 392 U.S. 11968. Officers require only reasonable articulable suspicion, not probable cause, to conduct an investigative action. An anonymous tip of armed subjects approaching a school satisfies this standard, especially in a post-Parkland context. Charge 1. FLA. Stat. 790.163. Making a false report concerning the use of firearms in a violent manner. Classification. Second-degree felony. Maximum sentence, 15 years. A false report does not need to succeed in causing harm to constitute the offense. Charge 2. FLA. Stat. 836.1. The second call included a direct verbal threat to enter a building and shoot the recipient. Any person who transmits a threat to kill or do bodily injury to another person commits a second-degree felony regardless of whether the threat is carried out. Juvenile rights. In Gault 387, U.S. 11967, the U.S. Supreme Court established that juveniles facing custodial interrogation are entitled to full due process protections, right to counsel, notice of charges, and privilege against self-incrimination. Parental notification is required. Interrogation rights. Miranda v. Arizona, 384 U.S. 4361966. Any custodial interrogation requires prior advisement of rights. For juvenile suspects, a valid waiver must be voluntary, knowing, and intelligent. Parental presence during questioning reinforces the voluntariness of any waiver. Digital forensics. 18 U.S.C. 2703 Stored Communications Act. Law enforcement obtained Google Voice account records via subpoena. The secondary verification number linked to the account identified the suspect. Digital anonymity tools do not shield users from lawful legal process. Charges filed. 3 counts. Count 1, FLA. Stat. 790.163. False report of firearm use. Felony 2. Count 2, FLA. Stat. 877.13. Disruption of school function. Misdemeanor 2. Count 3. FLA. Stat. 365.172. Misuse of emergency communications system. Juvenile Justice Framework. FLA. Stat. Chapter 985. As a juvenile, the suspect's case falls under Florida's Juvenile Justice Code. The system prioritizes rehabilitation over punishment, but serious felony charges may be transferred to adult court, depending on the nature and severity of the offense. Key lessons. 1. Swatting carries felony-level consequences regardless of the perpetrator's age. 2. Voice-over IP services and anonymous tools do not prevent law enforcement tracing. 3. Parental presence and honesty during juvenile interrogation materially impacts outcome. 4. A single false emergency call can generate criminal liability across multiple statutes.